Welcome back to Footballology. This week, I want to give you guys my Week 4 picks and also my Week 4 fantasy sleepers. Last week, I struck out on my sleepers, so I'm going to try to get it right this week. So let's get right into it. Starting off my list, I have Andy Dalton against the Kansas City Chiefs. I really hate to pick him against us, but after last Monday night's game, we just seen that we couldn't do anything. We can't stop anything. And I think Andy Dalton, with the receiving core that he has in place, has a chance for a big game against our secondary. They're still trying to find themselves and still trying to gel together. So I just think that he's due for another big game. And unfortunately, it's going to get the Kansas City Chiefs. Another quarterback that I'm looking at is also Derek Carr. I think a lot of people are looking at him, but I really like Andy Dalton against the Chiefs this week. Next on my fantasy sleeper list is Marvin Jones. I really like him against the Chiefs secondary as well. I think we're going to roll coverage towards AJ's side, so it's going to leave other people open, maybe Mohamed Sanu. But I think Marvin Jones is going to have the bigger day out of all the Cincy receivers this week. So there's a guy that you can go pick up, or also on daily fantasy. Next on my list, I have Jordan Matthews against the Washington Redskins. Now, it depends on where this game is being played. I've heard a couple of rumors that it might move to Detroit. If it moves to Detroit, that's going to allow the Eagles to fly high, and I think Jordan Matthews is going to be at the center of that. Now, I know Jordan Matthews is not a sleeper, but the reason why I put him on my list is definitely a guy that I'm going to start this week, daily fantasy, and also in a whole bunch of my leagues. So I think you guys should also take a risk on him and start him this week, especially if the game is in Detroit. Next on my list, I have Jeremy Maclin for the Kansas City Chiefs going against the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the reason why I'm picking him, and I do like Cincy defense, don't get me wrong, but the reason why I'm picking him is I don't feel like we have anyone else we could throw the ball to. Travis Kelce might end up being the guy that might have the bigger day, but I think Jeremy Maclin has the opportunity to put up some points this week. You've seen at the later parts of that Monday night game, Alex Smith start to decide to find him all of a sudden. We know Jeremy Maclin can create separation. Alex Smith just decided to throw him the ball for once. And I think that's going to translate into this week, and it's going to continue on down the road. So from a PPR standpoint, I like Jeremy Maclin a lot. Standard scoring, not so much. Next, I have Keenan Allen. Now, I know Keenan Allen isn't a big-time sleeper or a sleeper at all. He should be starting in a lot of PPR leagues at least. But from a daily fantasy standpoint, I think he has the opportunity to put up a lot of points this week. A guy that I'm looking at starting in daily fantasy this week, and also a guy that I'm probably starting in a lot of my leagues this week. He's going against the Cleveland defense that actually is really good, but he runs the short to intermediate routes, allows Phillip Rivers to get the ball out of his hand faster. So I think from a PPR standpoint, he's looking at 10 balls this week, and I think he's going to have a big game. That's all I have for you guys this week. All my picks are in the description box below. I did pretty good for week 3. Another guy that I didn't talk about that I really want to talk about is TJ Yeldon. I'm still on his wagon. Jacksonville is going to realize that they're going to start giving him the ball one day or another, hopefully soon, against a really weak Indy defense. Andrew Luck is banged up, but it's also another way to keep him off the field. Like I said last week about Tom Brady, give the ball to TJ. But that's all I have for you guys this week. If you're not a footballologist, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you later. Deuces, football fans.